Good afternoon, guys. It is 1 o'clock, 18th of March. We've got an update. Where do we start? Tim Garland, thank you for your comments. It seems you are one of two things. I would think that you're a middle class person, person that doesn't know you're a man. You are confused. You believe what you have been taught through your middle class, maybe, privileged upbringing. And you see people like myself and hear the words we speak, the avenues we take, the challenges that we request. The method is using contract law, remaining in honour, conditional acceptance of offers. We don't just get our hands in our pockets and pay when we have demands made upon our person. So what can I say? Knowledge is power. There is nowhere that says the same thing. We have policemen operating and officers operating in public areas trying to put contracts on persons, upon your person, not the man, via non-disclosed contracts, secret language, legalese. We're not qualified to understand that. We're not told what's happening. We're not trained about anything. The people that wear this uniform, often when challenged, do not understand it. Where do we start? So if someone tells me to do something, then I ask them, who are you? And why are you telling me? Where is your authority? Where is your jurisdiction? Have I harmed somebody? No, often not. It's an offence. It's a complaint. It's a warrant of distress. Well, and what? How you can sit back and put comments on about freeloaders and what we're doing. I'm not taking no money. Sovereign Solicitors on Facebook. Go in. You can't, well, we won't let you in there, but I will get people in the group to comment, or people will see this and they will find you on YouTube and they will see the comments you've put and they will put down what we've done. We've asked for no money. Nothing at all. I do need donations for a website. We got to get off the mainstream media network and domains. So I've put 375 quid of my own money into an investment to get some t-shirts printed, to then get donations for them, to get some revenue in, to buy a website. Doesn't sound like a, con man to me, but I'll always give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I won't just go straight in and say that you're a paid government shill that's here to discredit us, me, my services, our services, what we do, the validity of our claims. What we claim is often 99.9% sourced, backed up, researched, implied meanings, definitions of words, what year the act, legislation, statute was discussed and passed in Parliament, who signed it off, when, what lords and barons were involved, whether the Queen had anything to do with it, whether the people had anything to do with it. And then if we've got any doubts whatsoever, we go and find specialised people to answer them questions for us. The British Constitution group, we've got Exposing the Matrix of Lies, we've got one called Truth. In these groups, collectively, there's over 100,000 members. We have administrators in these groups that are knowledgeable, that then help guide the other members in there. We have moderators in groups that help guide, sort stuff out. So the world's changing. We're in a new age. I'm a Buddhist. I was a Christian. I am God. You are God. So I've got to serve God, and to serve God, I need to help. I need to help mankind, and by helping mankind, if I believe I am God, you are God, everyone is God, God is nowhere and everywhere, then this is the reason why I do it. This is a spiritual reason, and I have to give back. There is laws that we talk about, and there are also other laws, natural laws and universal laws, not unified commercial codes. No, universal laws such as quantum. I've researched into the mechanics of it all, into sacred geometry, into kymatics, into thousands and thousands, and the whole history of mankind, all of the religions, including Vedic. So you must understand that these laws, natural laws, the power of intent, the law of attraction. Test them out, see if they work. Do the rice water experiment by Dr. Masaru Emoto, 40 years studying water. This will prove to you that there are laws out there that are mechanical, quantum, that involve our body and soul and mind. Yes, we're in a 3. I have a person. Yes, this is a 2D fiction, and I may carry something about my person. Like here upon my person now, there is a lighter. I am the flesh and blood, a spirit housed in this body. Yes, and I also have a mind, so I am a spirit, a mind, and a body. Mind, body, and soul. It goes deep, brother. It goes very deep, and I can back up and reference and substantiate and source and double check and prove. Hence the videos, hence me putting my money where my mouth is, and not just blindly telling people, oh, this is the way forward. We've been conned. Your silence has created acquiescence. Your ignorance has created acquiescence, estoppel. The things that you have done, you have contracted via tort, tacit, or adhesion contracts. Nobody tells us anything. Nobody trains us about this lawfully, legally, constitutionally, or as a sovereign being. We just are given a number, put to work, told to pay, and if you do anything wrong, they come on the door, they take your stuff, and they lock you up. Well, whoa, this is England, yeah? This is England, not Great Britain, not United Kingdom, not the Commonwealth. This was a country, a landmass called England. Over time, over all the battles, Scotland's battles, the Doomsday battles, the battles that we've had with the kings, and over times with the inbred aristocracy and the fighting and the skullduggery that's gone off over the hundreds and thousands of years over colonial British history. Look at the empire, look at when things were created, look at the dates and times, look at when the reserve banking system was changed, look at when monopoly was brought out, the paper money, look at when they brought out Wizard of Oz and the clues they told you there, look when the tax identification number was brought out, look how it was applied, look how we pay the taxes, look which ones are actual mandatory, which ones are voluntary, taxes to the Queen, income tax, taxes from national insurance to pay for the upkeep of the rest of the country and your hospital and your treatment that you get elsewhere. Look at the tax that you get on your VAT. Look at the tax that you get on your bedroom. There used to be a window tax, for God's sake, and people boarded up the windows to stop paying tax. Now it comes to me where there's a line where we pay for so much to the upkeep of this country, and then the other taxes we have to argue, because if everybody pays them, then great, you pay them. But when it comes to me being asked, I will question the validity, the legality and the lawfulness of it. To do that, we do what I've just said. So let's give you an example. I am a man of flesh and blood. I have a person, a physical one, and I also have a certificate of birth, which is not mine. It's a Crown document, BIRTH, comparable to boat, BERTH. Now, babies are born, aren't they, in a delivery room. What's delivered? Not humans aren't delivered. They're created and they are born. So, who delivers the baby in the ward of the state in the hospital? A doctor. Where do boats, when they are made, launch from? A birth canal onto the sea, and they are tied to a dock. They are docked. A baby is delivered down a woman's birth canal, and she, when the baby is delivered, has the doctor docks the baby. We are then given given name, and we are then recorded in the hospital, which is a military ward, a military state, as a born date and given name. Later on, we are given an allotted amount of time legally to register your baby with the government, the General Register's Office. At this time there, contracts are made, non-disclosure is given. This is where your person, your legal fiction is created. See my other videos about that, because apparently I repeat myself. Well, I'm sorry, but some of these subjects are so massive and so in-depth that because these people that are on my channel and new subscribers now watching are so new, I feel the need to gloss back over, cover the fragmented evidence and bring it back together, and it may involve repeating myself many times on some subjects. The Bill of Rights has been mentioned loads. We do have to repeat, and we do have to explain, and we do have to source, because not everybody is as knowledgeable, or is as, we're all at different learning rates, and people have come into this arena where you find out that you're dead and alive and you're in a story, and when you find out about this story and you listen to it, you get to the end and realise you're in it, but you don't know till the end, and by that time it's often too late, because you have contracted and you have done the things that we warn not to do, and signed with liability. So what's wrong with me, all in all, saying that, I don't want this to be a massive rant, and I don't want it to be such a negative video, but it does encapsulate a bit of evidence and information that I can reiterate, put across to the newer members, and also use for validification. See, I'm not an expert. Validification records for why we do this, that our actions and our intent is honourable. I don't script anything. This is all from the mind and the heart. I haven't got a bit of paper anywhere. I'm just making my life as positive as I can, and I'm bringing the knowledge to the forefront of my mind, and I'm practicing it by doing these videos, and I'm getting it so it's always in there, without making any money, giving up my free time for the good of mankind, to serve God, and to challenge and not contract until we feel the need necessary. If we want to use legal and constitutional avenues, we will do. If we want to use lawful avenues, we will do. So my person gets a demand made upon him. And I know that that's not for me, David, the flesh and blood. So I may choose to correspond to this demand made upon my person, and I will use the law. The law to me is what's in the Bible. Now, I'm not a Christian. Buddha's teachings, the teachings of Allah and Muhammad the Prophet, peace be upon him, and also the Hindu religions and the Vedic religions, all have the same baseline of information. You don't kill, you do not murder, you do not rob, you do not steal, you do not lie, you do not defraud people. These are the natural laws. These are God's laws, what we've been told, our Creator passed down to us, whatever your religion. No matter your religion, they're basically the same at the bottom base foundation. Before these extra books and King James revisions and second editions and New Testaments and everything else, go back to the basics, the very beginning, the Sumerian, the Phoenicians, the Malayan, all the ancient long Goth civilizations that now we've bombed the hell out of, Syria, Afghanistan, these places where they are, Lebanon, it's flattened. We cannot go back and see now, but we've had up to press recent times until this United Nations carpet bombing campaign. Here's one for you. People tell me President Kennedy in America, he was one of the better presidents. Well, during the Vietnam War and during President Kennedy's reign, I'll let you go and check the years and the dates and the references, there was a little place called Vietnam having a war, and I believe Agent Orange was dropped on it. I believe there was a place called Laos, Laos. This place was bombed for 8 years, for 9 years, every 8 minutes by America and Air America. Air America, the same film that Mel Gibson was in. So go and look at the United Nations policy, the foreign war policy, what we have done as a collective under the British colonial empire and under our guise of being peacekeepers and, supreme, knowledgeable, intellectual, honourable, peacekeeping men. And we bombed this country every 8 minutes for 9 years. We dropped Agent Orange on it. We totally destroyed that place. One instance, for example, that we've got our tax money and our politics and laws are involved in. We are guilty of this by association, by being a party, by paying taxes. So we know about the politics, the foreign war policy, the lies. Tony Blair, war criminal, told us lies, took us to war, killed loads of people, caused loads of shit, suffering to the British Army, strain on the British economy, deaths and misery. What for? For he didn't have no WMDs. But maybe he did. Maybe they were ancient ones. Maybe they were in a museum somewhere. Maybe it was connected to the scriptures and the fabled text that we've read. The green emerald tablets of Thoth, the book of Eli, the book of Enoch, the stuff they don't tell you. The thing about war is, brothers and sisters, the people that win have the luxury of writing the history books, yes? So they don't always write it in true sense, i.e. what happened with the Americas, and how I was taught at school that the English and Americans went over there and they were violently attacked, met oppression and had to defend themselves. It's not what quite happened, is it? Columbus went over there. He told them what he'd found. He went over with the blessing of the Roman Catholic Church, and he invaded a country of indigenous people, and we slaughtered them. Yes, for what? To make the new Americas, the land of the brave, home and free. And we are associated with this because we are Britain, and we sent out Captain Cook over there. I mean, Christopher Columbus. And that wasn't even his name. Christ was the name of the boat, and Columbus was the name of the dove, if I remember rightly. Christopher Columbus. He went with the blessing of the church. The name Christ is in there. We committed mass murder. We've put him on a reservation outside a mount. What's the one with the faces on it now? I can't think of the name. I can't recall all the information just like that. Mount something, and that's where they get to live. And the rest of America, Las Vegas, they're on drink, drugs, everything. Their life's been degraded, ruined, wiped out. We're all part of that. I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about future wars. This is why we question it. This is why we enforce our will, our invocation of ancient laws. God's laws are the ones we follow. Statute, act, legislation are for my person. I will manage my person as I see fit. I will always remain a man of the flesh and blood, and I will always use law, statute, United Nations, human rights, whatever I see fit, and I will advise this to people as well, and they will use that, and they will be knowledgeable, and they will be in power, and they will choose their status, the status of being a man, or status of being a person, or being a man managing your person, or being a man that wants to go to court, sets out a fee schedule and agrees to contracts knowingly, knowledgeable, with everything in place, maybe without liability, with protection, using Uniform Commercial Code 131-308, not to be forced to be compelled to non-disclosed contracts, not to be able to waive your rights to a jury or in a common law court with a, under common law with a 12 of your peers to judge you. These things, standing up in a court for a judge, you're waiving your rights. There's a dirty, horrible game out there, and it's taking advantage of the people with no knowledge, the vulnerable, the weak and the needy. I ring up bailiffs and I instruct them, and I give them legal instructions and notifications for clients that I do this for free, and I tell them they may be vulnerable, they may be in trouble, they may have had a lot going on and struggling to vulnerability with regards to medication and stress and lots of things. There's nobody out there to help them, and the people that do help them want money, want them to contract, want them to sign, want them to be submitting, want them to register. No, we don't have to do any of that if we know the words to speak and how to act and what to say. This is it, and that's all we do. Empower people to do it for free for themselves. If they're stuck, they watch my videos, they come in the groups. We've got the Council Tax My Arse, Exposing the Matrix of Lies, Truth. We've got the GSA Global Solidarity Alliance, we've got worldwide activist unions, we've got everything going off in these places, and we've got hundreds of thousands, nearly 500,000 members across probably 12 groups, and what we do is a spiritual brotherly thing for free. And we are not breaking any laws, we are not inciting racial hatred, we are encouraging everyone to come together as one, to see one common goal, to follow one set of common laws, to have some commonality between the brotherhood of the free-born men of the landmass England. We have been taken over by the United Kingdom, Great Britain, the Commonwealth, the British Isles, the United States of America, the Incorporated United States of America, the Unified Commercial Codes, the legislation that governs in England that says we are governable, but it's given the full force by the consent of the governed. Well, that bit's getting skipped, and the people in power, such as I said with the police and the judges and the barristers and the lawyers, are all committing a thing called barratry by doing this, knowingly putting a human man of body and flesh into the place of the person and getting him to commit to these contracts via tacit tort or adhesion that are non-disclosed. This is personage and barratry. We know this. We know how to speak without contracting. We know how to speak and to empower other people to set their status, whether they go to court, send a summons back, or agree to contract, or how to contract, what methods to employ, and how to do it. Simple. It's nothing about a free man, freeloading, yes. So that's all I've got to say. And to new members, I hope that reiterates why we're here, what we're doing, our intent, our actions, how we do it, and how we meet aggression, hostility, and this is how we defend it. I hope that makes sense, and I'll catch you in a bit. I'm looking forward to your reply. Peace, love and light, guys. In a bit.